Hey, what's up? There are so many different armies you can use in Clash of Clans, but if your account is rushed, you have very limited options. So what's the best army to use for rush players? Dragons. Thanks for watching. Just kidding, it's not that simple. Especially when you reach the higher Town Hall levels, I'm going to cover a path of upgrades that'll give you a good army throughout all the Town Hall levels. The core of the army needs to stay the same or similar from the start to the end, since a rush player usually doesn't have that many options for troops. And it has to be strong even though the heroes are low level. That means Lalo is a no-go. It's too dependent on heroes, especially your queen charge. So what's the army then? It's Hydra or E-Drags. Though I personally don't like E-Drags that much. They are a simple spam army, but if the base does not have that chain value, you're basically screwed. You don't get Dragon Riders till Town Hall 13, but you can use dragons and balloons for the majority of the previous Town Hall levels. And before you get dragons, you could just use balloons. The total number of troops you need to upgrade is around 3 to 4, and they are balloons, dragons, dragon riders, and optionally baby dragons if you want to be able to funnel with them. Archers and barbarians are a good upgrade regardless of what army you're using, since they affect how strong the barbarians and archers that spawn from your king and queen abilities are. The spells you need are the clone, the rage, the lightning, the invisibility, and the freeze. You will most likely not use lightning too much in the later Town Hall levels, but it's a great option if you see good zap value, and it's especially useful for dealing with air sweepers. No matter what army you use, funneling is a key to winning. If you don't funnel your troops, they could split up and go around the base, taking more damage that they didn't need to. This all starts when you unlock balloons. You use them to take out air targeting defenses. Once those are taken down, the base is pretty much crushed. Just remember to have cleanup troops so you don't time fill. Balloons are kind of slow. And make sure to check for clan castle troops because a baby dragon or archers will destroy your balloons. Then you unlock dragons. You zap air defenses and funnel your dragons and balloons into the base. Easy attack. The balloons help against single inferno towers as they melt the dragons pretty quickly since they're slow, and dragons they target anything. They don't just target defenses. At Town Hall 11, you have a chance to unlock E-Drags, and they are strong, but again, I personally don't like them too much. The way you use them is you zap some air defenses, but with E-Drags, you need to use rage spells since they're pretty slow. And sweepers are E-Drag's worst nightmare, so you have to either go behind the air sweepers or zap them out or deal with them in some way. Make sure to use them on bases with chain value that the buildings are close together. A lot of people use E-Drags since they're so simple. There are a lot of anti-E-Drag bases. Do not hit anti-E-Drag bases with E-Drags. You are going to have a bad time. Remember to upgrade the spells you need for future armies along the way. This will set you up for the endgame armies. Clone Balloon Blimp, Super Archer Blimp, or for different options you can use the Super Minion Blimp or the Super Wizard Blimp. Hydra. Zap Dragons fall off at around Town Hall 12 and 13, so the added power of the Blimp is crucial. And it adds a variety to attacks. If the core is clumped up with tons of defenses, Balloon Clone will wreck it. When the value isn't there for the loons, you can use Super Archers. These attacks take you through the rest of the game. Alright, let's see these attacks in action. Funnel those sides either with dragons or baby dragons. Then put down your dragons, followed by your dragon riders, and finally your balloons. With the Grand Warden and the King and Queen. And you put them down the middle with the blimp. Wait for the blimp to reach the edge of the Warden ability before hitting it. Wait for the blimp to reach the desired area, then you got to place down your clones and a rage spell. Offset the clones a bit so the balloons aren't all in one place and they're a little spread out. And you watch the base melt away. This one's a bit harder, but it's a little stronger. You need to find a spot in the base where the blimp can get good value. Taking the Eagle, Scattershot, Town Hall, Monolith, Spell Towers, those are all good examples of something you want to take out. The goal is to take out a big portion of the base and use the Hydra and Heroes to finish the rest of it. You need to make sure the blimp reaches the desired area. Watch out for sweepers, seeking air mines, and a lot of defenses hitting the blimp. You can use some balloons or maybe even a lava hound to tank, and in some cases using the Grand Warden ability to make sure the blimp gets to the area is a good idea. Although you won't have the Grand Warden later for the rest of the army, so that's the downside to that. Once the blimp reaches the spot, you need to pre-place the invisibility spell to make sure the archers don't take damage, and clone and rage them. Place invisibility spells at around a 4-second interval for a max level invis. Once they get the value, start the Hydra. If the blimp gets a value, it's a really strong attack. The biggest weakness is giant bombs. They can take out your archers, and if that happens, you're at best getting a 2-star. So try and aim for a spot without empty spaces where traps could be. And even before Town Hall 13 that you don't have the Dragon Rider, you can still just use Dragon Balloons and a Clone Blimp. And that's still pretty strong if all the defenses are clumped up together as well. That's the path I found for a strong army with the least amount of troops to upgrade. It's the best option for rush players, and I think you would do pretty well just using that strategy. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope this helped. Have a good one.